to Personal Development Sunday, day 42 of the 2-Minute Author Challenge. Today's quote comes from EpicTetus, who said a long time ago, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." I love that. And essentially, all it means is that set your goal and then do all the stuff you need to do to get there. Simple stuff. And yet, why is it so difficult for so many of us to say what we would be and then do the things required to become that? So that's what I want to talk about today. So the first is to, of course, say what you want to be. So if you want to write a book, then just say this: I would be a published author. I will be a published author. I want to be a published author. Whatever phrasing works for you, say it that way. And then the next step, of course, is to do what you have to do to become that. And there's a whole bunch of different levels of what it means to do what you have to do to become that. Step number one, I think, is to develop a really detailed plan of action. And I tend to call this your roadmap for success. Because as I design the roadmap for success in the courses I teach, it's a process that covers off more than just, here's the thing I have to do. It covers off all the mental aspects, all the deep digging inside, so that I can actually turn all the sort of wounds and so on inside me into the power source that allows me to get through all these things and to be able to share my experience, strength, and hope with others going through similar things. We need to do all that work as well. So once our roadmap for success is built, of course, once we've designed that, then we have to do that crazy thing called working the plan. Build a plan, work the plan, right? So this requires work on a bunch of different levels. There's the internal game, there's the mental game, there's the emotional game, there's the intellectual game, there's the spiritual game. All that stuff, all that internal work needs to be done. And that also requires that hard work externally. And so that can be things like developing the daily success habits that will ensure I accomplish my goal. There's processes, there's all kinds of stuff that we can do to make life a lot easier on that front. And ultimately our goal is to make efficient daily progress. Because making daily progress is one thing, but efficient is a whole different ballgame, right? If I'm riding my bike and I'm going 17 miles every day, but I don't have a compass, I don't know where I'm going, and I'm doing the traveling, well, 17 miles in a circle isn't getting me towards my goal. Whereas if I'm doing that in an efficient way, and I know exactly where I'm going, and I've got my compass pointed in the right direction, I know where I need to get to at the end of that day. That's called being efficient. It's faster, easier, simpler. And that's one of the big goals that I aim for when I'm helping people write their books. And it's also the same thing I do for myself. I want to make sure that, because none of us have time to waste, right? Time is a very finite thing. It's a very precious thing. And so I want to make sure I'm using my time as efficiently as I possibly can at whatever I'm doing, and especially when I'm writing. And of course, the big thing we need to become is the person for whom writing, publishing, selling our book is normal, natural, and expected. So that we're not like those lottery winners I was talking about recently, that they get the thing they thought they wanted and it destroys their life. That's not what we want. We don't want to go through all the effort of writing and publishing our book only to have that whole process, that whole achieving of that particular goal be the thing that actually tears our life apart. That would be insane. So we need to become the person for who, A, accomplishing all these things is really normal, natural, expected, and simple, but for whom these things are also empowering, motivating, and fulfilling, right? So and then we need to use our book to transform the world into one that we can be proud to leave to our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. Ultimately, our purpose here is to leave the world in a better place than it was when we found it. And in the current generation, that's proving to be a little bit challenging because at the moment we're trying to drive the thing right off of a cliff. So in whatever small way you can, writing your book is going to change your world in a specific way. And that's a really great thing. And that's the goal of doing all of this work. But it all is predicated on the fact that we need to declare what it is that we want. And then we have to do the work to become the person that can achieve all those things. So that sounds simple. Maybe it sounds confusing. I'm not sure. Share in the comments. Let me know if I've made it clearer for you or whether I've confused you. because my goal is to clarify, not to confuse. So yeah, it all boils down to making that declaration, building a plan, working the plan, modifying the plan as necessary when we discover new information. It's not difficult. None of this stuff is difficult. But it requires diligence, it requires courage. It requires those things that, it requires leaving our comfort zone behind and stepping into the unknown with courage, with grace, with gratitude. So if this was helpful for you, I would love it if you would like it and share it with your friends and share in the comments why it was useful for you. I would also love it if you would connect with me on social media, sleekbio.com/Christopher. All the links to my social media accounts are there. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, all those places. That's all available there. And last but not least, my fun part, join my July giveaway, join my August giveaway for Scrivener, which is an amazing software tool for writers to write, outline, edit, storyboard, whatever, your book. It's a fantastic piece of software. You can learn more about it at christopherdiarmani.net/giveaway. So again, take it to heart, say what you would be, and then do what you have to do to become that. And watch your life change in some really amazing and miraculous ways. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Bye-bye.